It's hard not to narrativise your life when you're a transsexual. I dramatically moved back to my hometown of Basildon, Essex, for the first time since starting medical transition at what turned out to be the beginnings of a pandemic. I now have both main character syndrome and lingering post-COVID symptoms. There's a lot of art I want to make, but I can't go talk to people. I can't walk for longer than 5 minutes. I can't recreate the 1381 Peasants' Revolt. I applied to this art residency to make something about transgenderism, since, in theory, you can be transgender anywhere. Being trans is meant to be something you can do from home, although sometimes you need to leave home to do it. Being trans is definitely not considered an essential service. Before all this, I often thought about having a year at home to let my hormones rewrite my genetic profile and watch movies free from street harassment or workplace drama. How wrong I was. I'm not sure I know how to be trans if there aren't any other trans people around. Much like any grouping of people under a shared oppression, it doesn't really make sense as an identity on its own. If you're not careful, isolation can lead to all sorts of things, like thinking you're the first trans person to do something important. Or making loads of navel-gazing art. We're social creatures, humans and transsexuals. The mirror of other people hasn't always been kind to me. But on reflection, it's all worth it for that rare chance to be seen. As much as anything, I wanted to use this whole art thing to find some other trans people in the area. I thought about making a survey, or an open call or something. It didn't seem like the right time. I didn't want to let the weird labour exchange of an artwork tarnish a potential connection before I even made it. I decided instead to do some in-depth work on the field of gender studies, which I was pretty sure I could just do from bed.
So I think the reason why the Essex girl and Essex boy is such a thing is because like everyone goes on about how fake it is, but really it's just extra normal. Like an Essex girl is just like extreme ends of what's meant to be normal femininity, but people don't want to admit that because you're not even like really supposed to admit gender is something you do that you keep up. Like you're supposed to pretend it's just this natural thing you have. And with transphobia, yeah, I think part of it is like this like who do you think you are sentiment where you aren't supposed to make a spectacle of yourself or change how you look or get surgery or whatever, and like both things show up the system of gender to be fake, and it's like fake don't mean not real though, do you know what I mean?
I found a willing Essex geezer to take part in a small social experiment.
Well, I'm the transgender one. Okay. I think I was about 7 years old. My sister was out and I'd snuck into a room. I ended up trying on some of her clothes. My mum caught me and she gave me such a telling off. Yeah? Oh shit, sorry mate. Like your way around. Yeah, that actually makes sense. So I was born a girl. What's that like then? I've always wondered. Is that stuff I said, that's actually quite private now I think about it. Can we not put that in? Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know that that's really an option for me, is it? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just finding it hard to stay in character. I keep thinking what I would say.
It didn't go quite as I planned. I asked another trans person from Essex whether they thought there was something interestingly fake about Essex gender.
Like, obviously, the answer is no.
Yeah.
The next day I wanted to film the end of this video. It was going to be very impressive and complicated and wrap all the threads together in a neat bow and make you laugh and cry and question yourself and fill you with this belief in the need for trans liberation as essential to a life of freedom for all. Trouble was, I couldn't get out of bed.
Intense and direct when he speaks, I watch his lips. When he drives, I love to watch his hands. Smooth, almost feminine, almost American. I have to watch him. In his face, age descends on youth, exaggeration on the truth. He caught me looking then, but soon his eyes forgot. And everything he seems to do reflects just another shade of blue. I saw him searching into you and ached a while. I watch his lips caress the glass, his fingers stroke its stem pass. To lift a cigarette at last, he dries his eyes. From the shadow by the stair, I watch as he weeps unaware, the time in awe of his despair. His face, age descends on youth, exaggeration on the truth. He caught me looking then, but soon his eyes forgot. And everything he seems to do reflects just another shade of blue. I saw him searching into you and ached a while. Intense and direct when he speaks, I watch his lips. When he drives, I love to watch his hands. Smooth, almost feminine, almost American. I have to watch him. In his face, age descends on youth, exaggeration on the truth. He caught me looking then, but soon his eyes forgot. And everything he seems to do reflects just another shade of blue. I saw him searching into you and ached a while.